Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Light Leader segment for PhotoFlex Lighting Gear with yours truly, Manny Cabo. Today I have the luxury and the honor of photographing the one and only Scott Van Vossen.
After playing guitar for over 33 years, recording with Grammy Award-winning producers, and starting a boutique guitar amplifier company in 2005, Scott Van Vossen is definitely no stranger to the music industry. Scott's success as founder and owner of Bullhead Amplification has gained him industry notoriety with print, video placements, and reviews in Guitar World and Premier Guitar magazines, as well as being showcased on some of the biggest stages in the world by artists like Breaking Benjamin, Dishwalla, The Clicks, three-time Grammy Award-winning producer David Bottrell, Stone Sour, and many more. As a gearhead myself, I had the luxury of hanging out with Scott and witnessing the amazing popularity of his diverse boutique amp line at this year's NAMM conference here in Nashville. But what I love most about Scott is that we both appreciate some positive, heartfelt dialogue over a killer cup of freshly brewed coffee. Coffee. As you all know from my previous Light Leader segments, tutorials, and seminars, I'm always on the road shooting, and today is no different. Scott's been nice enough to open his lovely home to us today, and to be honest, I always prefer shooting in what I call the subject's habitat, because it lends itself to a more comfortable setting, because the model feels at home, and remember, both tension and comfort are obvious in the final photo, and we should always try to lean toward the latter. Well, unless, of course, it's deliberate and part of the story you're trying to depict. Today's shoot will encapsulate the artist as well as the entrepreneur side of Scott, and the flexibility of the PhotoFlex Rapidone will allow me to do just that. For our first shot, I noticed his backyard had some darker and edgier qualities that I always favor for a mood. The landscape of withered branches and leafless trees afford a more thrilling and nocturnal vibe, which I feel best represents Scott's hard vestment and style. I decided to go with the Rapidone today for obvious reasons. It's lightweight, very easy to put together, perfect for any, and I repeat, any on-location demand that you may have as a photographer. Works flawlessly with my Nikon SB910s and nearly all shoe-mounted flashes for that matter. It has great light distribution from edge to edge, and because it comes with the grid, I can create those great dramatic portraits that I always favor, especially outdoors where overpowering the light and having control is a must. Well, as we can see here, I think we've succeeded in capturing both the mood and his rock star personality, and I'm beyond ecstatic with the final results. For this next story, I wanted to capture Scott's style and outgoing personality. And like my other editorial photography portraits, I always prefer circular diffusers, like umbrellas, beauty dishes, octadomes. And because the Rapidone simulates all three, it's hands down the best tool out there to execute my vision, especially on location. In this particular shot, the only other supplemental light source implemented came from a Dynalite Baja aimed directly at the background to wash it out and add that sense of separation that's much needed for these high-key style portraits. Now, of course, my main light was the Rapidone, equipped with a grid that sustains the softness but also pushes the light in one direction for those dramatic portraits that define my style. The one cool thing about this photograph that's worth mentioning is that because of the limited space that we were working with, the grid was actually casting a very cool shadow onto that background, and it acted like a prison cell, which I feel it undoubtedly complemented the entire scene. And again, I'm truly ecstatic with the results. It goes to show you that sometimes you do get those happy nuances that transpire. Lastly, for these final cover shots, I wanted to capture a juxtaposed view of the music and business side to Scott, without being too corporate, which required a little styling, not only in his look, but also in the lighting. So for the first shot, I decided to go with a green and red gel roughly at 45 degrees to the sides for some added edge. And again, my trusty Rapidone affixed with a deflector plate and grid for maximum control of any fall of light from spilling onto the background, giving it a very editorial fashion look that I definitely prefer in these style portraits. And for the second, again using my trusty Rapidone, but this time without the deflector plate for a more uniform light spill. And as luck would have it, Scott had some pretty cool blue LEDs floating around. So of course, naturally, the spontaneous guy that I am, I just threw them in the shot, and guess what? It complemented the entire scene flawlessly. And from what I can see, I am ecstatic with the final results of both images.
Well, another shoot has finally come to an end, but the legacy will continue through all the amazing photographs that we managed to capture today because of PhotoFlex and the incredible versatility of the Rapidone. It's pretty obvious why I make it one of my go-to tools whether I'm in the studio or on location. But right now, I want to give a big special shout out and thank you to my boy Scott Van Fossen. Thank you so much for doing this for me, man.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for sharing your personality and this incredible line of amplifiers.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Did you have fun?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
So here's the question. How do all these rock stars out there, or future rock star wannabe guitar players, find you on the internet?
You find me at bullheadamps.com or Bullhead Amplification out on Instagram.
Well, there you have it. Thanks so much for joining us today, guys, and I'll see you on the next shoot.